So here's what we got today. Expanding these guys' backyard. They got a little laneway here. It's in a subdivision, but luckily I had a spot to come down on. Pretty steep spot. It's gonna be kind of fun going back up it. But yeah, we're coming all the way down. It's about 3/4 of an acre. Coming down all through here. Super dense. I have no idea what's in there, so this is going to be basically hourly to see what's involved. But a bunch of down trees, some old dead trees, which will be easy to get rid of, and these old dead down ones should go fairly quick. But it's just a mess in here. You know, I can see why they want to do it, because the rest of the yard is absolutely gorgeous, and why not make it even more so? You can see how intense that is. Trees all down through here. Lots of dead stuff. Here's a pretty tall one. Hopefully I can get everything out around it and then come in on this side, but I really don't want to. Might have to bring some pads or something out here because I don't want to tear up what's already done. As you can see, it's thick, but as always, we'll get it done as far as they want to go as it is. But I think what I'm going to start with is just start really just cleaning out a bunch of brush and the down trees, so I can kind of give an idea how much can get done. Try my best to save the trees for last. I think there's, well, except for the dead ones, I'll get them out of my way right to start with, or when they get in my way, but, and the little ones. But as a whole, not too bad as far as that goes. But I don't know, it'd be a big surprise to see what's in here. So here we go, starting at the same spot I started at yesterday as far as showing you how thick the woods were. I'm going to try and get back further over there today, maybe down to this point, but the ground is really wet on the other side. As a matter of fact, an hour after taking the video yesterday, I got stuck. And it's funny because this ground is just, not even I dug a hole, it's just super greasy. And I just kept sliding all over the place and had to get, as you can see, my excavator's out there. I had to go get it just to get myself unstuck. But yeah, not bad for just 7 hours worth of work yesterday, because like I said, there was a little time lost getting myself unstuck. But yeah, coming out nice. I know probably a lot of people are like, oh man, what a mess. Well, you wouldn't believe the mess it was. At least now you can get in here and see what you got. But as you can see, so I'll go down here. I've got a bunch of cleanup here. These two trees are coming out. That tree's coming out. Well, a lot of them are. He put flags around the ones he wants to keep. But yeah, it's, you can already see that ground's looking at me like, come on in, get stuck, ruin your day. But yep, it's getting done. Like I said, not bad for 7 hours worth of work. Put in another, I don't know, depending on how far they want to go. I think 2 more days and this could be park-like. All right, till the next one. Here we go, day 2. Looking really good. Some bigger trees there that they're gonna cut up later. Those ash trees, when they dry out standing up, turn into iron. Yeah, looking really good. Piece of junk property now is ready to, or what appeared to be junk property, will soon be ready to put a house on or expand these guys' backyard. Looking good though. Been a trip. Alright, so it took another day and a half instead of a day, just because since I already have my excavator out here, I was able to get back in a little deeper where it's wet. Now this spot right here, darker over there in that end, be a great place for a pond. But now you can see their backyard butts right up to it. Bunch of trees taken out over there in the wetlands. Big ash trees, dead of course. Can't have no live ones around here. But yeah, looks pretty good. There's some stacked up logs back there. Nice ground up stuff there, all back in there. It's all nice and clean. Cleaned out in between the ditch bank of this railing. Of course, now there's trash everywhere, or you can see all the trash. They said they're gonna get in there and clean it all up. She works really hard on her yard over here. He does too. And hopefully they can convert this right into it. They're gonna need to let this rot over the year a little bit, or maybe plant some kind of ground cover to start with, or just leave it alone, and by next spring the sun will dry it out pretty quick and all this stuff should be pretty well on its way to composting. Looks really good though, I gotta say. For a piece of property that was sketchy, it is not sketchy anymore. It is actually ready to be used. So anyway, again, things, like the excavator, when I bring it in, if I have to, I find a need to really use it, I do. I'm hoping to get a situation, get my dump truck up and going so I can carry both machines with me. Still charge the same price just because work's work. Whether I'm in my excavator or whether I'm in my skid steer. And honestly, right now, jobs like this, I'll bring them out one at a time and do it the same way, just because, man, when it comes to pulling logs out that are crisscross, this whole property here, like if you look at how much mulch is there, this is not from what was growing. There was probably more on the ground hidden away from this subdivision. I'm pretty sure this was the dumping spot for the whole subdivision. And you would not believe, well, you look over here, you can definitely see there's a good pile of logs that I couldn't do anything with, or could have, but it would have just taken forever. And not to mention all the ones that I did get, because look how, honestly, look how thick this is. Like, you gotta go a minute. Like, I can kick away all I want. You gotta go a minute before you actually get the dirt, and most of that's ground up wood dust. So it's every bit of, I don't know, 3 inches thick out here or more. But man, with some beautiful ground, this is going to be, after a couple years of all this composting up, and yeah, nice. Look at that. It's going to be beautiful. It is. Can't wait to drive by here and see it when they're done with it. And plus, there's possible some other stuff I can come and do for them down the road. Honestly, bush hogging probably, because a lot of times these properties get cleared and then life takes over and they get out of hand, they start growing up really quick. But at least this way, it'll be easy to maintain. All right, well, another job done by Lone Wolf Land Management. Anybody needs any of this work, my number's on the page.